Before I go out every day, I check on the basics. I check on my fuel, my oil levels, my coolant, my chain, and even my lights. It's amazing the difference that a blinker can do between life and death. Commuting isn't about luck, it's about routine. So skipping one thing could mean a breakdown, could mean that you get stuck in the middle of the way to work. So if you are new to commuting, make a checklist. It makes it easier to get into the routine. And after you've done all of that, well, you just try to get comfortable and go about your day. Opposite to popular belief, commuting on a motorcycle, it is not easy. After 30 miles, your back starts killing you. Your wrist starts killing you. Even your backside starts killing you. So, in order to actually make it bearable, you commuting, little adjustments go a long way. Get yourself comfort seating. There are amazing gel ones on Amazon. When you stopped on a red light, just take the chance to stretch your legs, both of them, if you can reach the floor. Try to straighten your back. Little things like this can make a huge difference between you spend the rest of your day, actually the rest of your life, in pain or not. The type of motorcycle that you drive makes a big part of it as well. Well, if you are one of the racing boys, your back is going to fucking kill you. That's the reason that I chose a more upright motorcycle. Gear, well, you don't need to spend all your money on gear, but I won't advise you to cheap out on gear either, especially if you are going to be riding on the rain, on the wind, on the sun. So, also, don't go just by the brands. I know that it's very nice and very cool if all of us could just buy Dynas and Alpine Stars, but just because it's not one of the cool boys brands, it doesn't mean that it's bad. For example, all of my gear is from a budget brand called Oxford. Both my trousers, my jacket, and just because it's not from one of the cool boys brands, it doesn't mean that it's bad. Although I do advise you, if you are going to be riding in the rain, well, if you live in the UK, let's put it like that, I would advise you to get a rainproof suit, the ones that you can get on Amazon, that you can put, that you can layer on top of your actually supposedly waterproof gear, because none of the motorcycle waterproof gear is actually 100% waterproof. Actually, no gear can be 100% waterproof. So if you can layer it, you will make your life way more comfortable. So the real challenge on commuting every day on a motorcycle is actually the traffic itself. Not the queues, but the people driving on the road with you. You always have to assume that you are invisible to everyone, because guess what, most of the times you actually are. You see everything. You see people raging, you see people cutting you off, you see people driving it like they're stolen. So it's a good practice to practice defensive driving. So you always have to pay attention on what's going on around you. You want a little tip to make the commuting a little bit easier? Get a good comm system. I use a Cardo one. So basically, I'm always listening to something inside my helmet. Depends on the mood. Sometimes a little bit of music, other times a podcast. But you can actually turn your commuting a little bit more pleasant that way. Although, if you are not able to focus properly while listening to music or listening to a podcast, I wouldn't advise you that. Although, a comm system gives you the freedom of, if someone calls you, you can take up the call while on the go. Again, if that's on your abilities. So, commuting on a motorcycle, is it easy? No, it's not. But is it worth it though? Yes, it is. The freedom that it provides me, not just the fact that I can skip traffic, the sense of freedom that I have while on top of this motorcycle, I could never ever get it on a car. So yeah, it cannot all be roses like they say. So I choose freedom and not comfort. So this is some tips, well, if you can call it tips, of a guy that's been commuting on a motorcycle for more than 10 years now. So if you want to share your tips with us, just leave it on the comments, and I shall see you on the next video, my good friends. Ride safe. You don't always need to filter and put yourself in danger. If you have the time and you are chilling, well, you can just sit in traffic a little bit. You take the opportunity to stretch a little bit. Okay, let's fucking go. Fuck this.